Hey, what's going on? My name is Michael Bell, your host of the Caribbean Review, brought to you by IMCX. Justin's in the back. He just picked up an interesting delivery, and I'm joined by one of the head developers for Boomerang Eats, and we're in a different type of setting and environment for the Caribbean Review. What's up going on, guys?
Going great. Again, my name is Khalid Saleem, co-founder. My partner is my brother, Zayd Saleem. He's the other founder. And this is fun. I always love picking up deliveries, and on this thankful Friday, trying to get it in, give some joy to this world.
Yes, you already know we just left Louis and Nachos. Justin just picked up the order. So we're on our way to make our first delivery while we talk about the inception and story that is Boomerang Eats. So I guess my first question is coming off of it. What inspired the idea to get into meal service delivery?
You know what? I'm going to tell the long and short story. Short story, my brother and I, we grew up here, and we always wanted to have chicken and fries from 2+2. We're like, would it be great if we didn't have to call? We just get this brought to us or order ahead of time. And that was like the basic. That was us at a very naive stage in our journey. And the long story is, being from home, we always wanted to come back, and how do you make an impact on home? And my brother was in the credit card processing space. And he's like, look, we have an opportunity here. And we've always wanted to figure out a business to do together. He stayed with me for about 4 months when I lived in Hong Kong. And from there, Cedar's plans to what can we do? And from there, it grew. As he moved back home, he got to observe. He said, you know what, this is an opportunity. Let's take advantage of an opportunity. And business can either grow from innovation or grow from observation of, can you answer a problem with a solution? And that's where we figured we could answer a problem with a solution, or a solution to the problem through logistics.
That's an interesting niche to be into, and I think there are many Virgin Islands that share that same sentiment. I mean, if you ever go to the States and you say you want something and then you order it, say you order pizza, it comes to your door, and I think that's something nobody here has ever experienced. And I mean, now with Boomerang Eats, it's something people can experience on a daily basis. And I think it's a unique aspect of business that's happening here in the VI. I mean, for you guys made news and history because you guys won VI Battle of the Startups, and that resulted in you guys winning an award in order to help finance and develop your business model and company. So, I mean, tell me what the feelings going into that competition were like.
First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to Alan Nance for KBA Partners. He had a vision. He's done startup battles in Atlanta, and he wanted to bring something here to the island and the Caribbean. He started for a love of community and brought it down here, and it was a success. It was, for those who were there, it was a fun night. But to get there, we had to enter a competition, and my brother was all for it. And I was like, all right, let's enter. I was blasé about it, and we forgot about it. We just left it. And so fast forward, we're about to go to Buck Island, and they call us and say, hey, we're going to be calling you in for this pitch, for the semifinals pitch. Are you ready? I was, excuse me? It went to the junk mail. And so the email went to junk mail, and we went back in. We got all the information, and I was like, okay, we're going to do this. My brother's getting the sandwiches from Quality. And he says, all right, I'm coming right now. He comes up, and we pitching out beach clothes. But you're living the life. So living the life, it's easier to pitch when you're living the life and you're doing the business. So for us, it was just really talking about the vision of where we're going and what we've already done. And it was a successful pitch. We made it to the finals, and we came with that energy, came out to Rick Ross's Hustling. And it was really the embodiment of what we've had to do. You got to grind out here. You got to hustle. Work won't do itself.
All right, so we live in an aging population, of course, here in the USVI, and we're no stranger to that fact that our elderly may not be very tech-savvy or interested in technology. What's that like trying to reinforce and getting the elderly engaged in using such an amazing service that is Boomerang Eats? What are the challenges? What are the positives that are going into this?
It's an interesting question, and to answer that question, we've always said we approach this with love and empathy, and we're the first users. And so for us, we're trying to make sure that our app is fully built out. So when we get to that point, as far as elderly use it now, but to make it easier for them, having tutorials, having to step through. And a lot of times that takes just extra funding, extra money. And until we get there, we're doing the hacks. We have our frequently asked questions where we can give tutorials. And I guess the answer I'm giving you is we're moving towards that where it becomes even easier. Every step of the way, the app has gotten easier and grown. And it's just a maturation that comes to that point where once we have everything built out, we'll have the knowledge out there for elderly people. When they look at it, it doesn't seem daunting. Oh, it's like second nature. And that's what we're working towards. Once that is established, then anybody can use it.
Definitely. I think that's an interesting fact because I think in the Virgin Islands we're moving to a more technological, tech-savvy society where technology is at the forefront. The government wants people to realize that this elderly population, we want to make everything online. We want everything accessible from your phone to your tablet to your laptop to whatever device you may have to assist you in an easier form of living. And I think with Boomerang Eats, again, you guys are in such a popular niche because no one here in the island, maybe besides Domino's, have ever experienced, and even Domino's isn't delivered everywhere, have ever truly experienced meal service delivery, have ever experienced Uber, haven't experienced Lyft, even Uber Eats itself. And I guess my next question comes on to why the name Boomerang? I've always wanted to know.
So Boomerang is funny. It is born out of, I read a book, a business book where it talked about when you develop your name, you want to have it at a higher in alphabet than a lower in alphabet. And I was like, what can we get to? And Boomerang is something that came to mind where if I send out my food cravings out, then it's coming right back to me as far as food cravings from convenience cravings. Again, we're a logistics company. This company's going to be moving into different realms, but I'm sending it out to come back to me.
Definitely.
And so that's where it's like, okay, Boomerang. And, from there it was just something that people thought was, oh, you're Australian. When I was not Australian, it's just he was higher on the list, and we wanted to make sure that we could do something that's synonymous with bringing back the love and the goodness that that someone sends out.
And I guess I gotta ask, right? What Boomerang Eats? What were the getting into this? What were your sentiments? I mean, and I'm sure there were challenges. There were times where you may have felt that is this truly a great path to be on? We're here, but we know where we want to be. What was that experience like getting it off the ground?
Scary. Scary, I would say exhilarating. All of those, because when we started this, I was living in Saudi Arabia. My brother was here. We were the first dispatcher, first driver, and that was the best thing for us because we got to see from a ground floor what it was like. We quickly found more drivers and got more dispatchers, but it was scary because in your head, doors about to open. I'm thinking about to be all 80,000 people down in the Virgin Islands rushing towards the door. One. So in your head, just because you build it doesn't mean it comes or people will come. You got to build it and advertise it, and you have to. You got to grow it. And I think when people get into business, you just got to understand it's not a get rich quick. It's not a lottery ticket. Very few stories that you hear, oh my God, they made this much money the next day. No, very few. They don't look about the grind that came up. Everybody looks at the shine, but never the grind. And that's the thing I love because it perfectly describes what an entrepreneur goes to. The grind is what every day you wake up with a vision in your head that we're going to accomplish this and then learning the path along the way. So for us, scary. My brother doing 17 deliveries. I'm doing the dispatch on the back end. All right, hey, press the button, remember, and it's so new that everybody had to learn. The restaurants had to learn. The customers had to learn. You had to have empathy while struggling yourself. Coming in with an understanding of culture, understanding of the layout really helped because that empathy understanding that, hey, there are going to be some learning curves and you're going to have to mature. And I think that's what's gotten. We've also done it with a different type of love from someone coming in. When you love some place, you love the warts, you love the great stuff about it, beauty, you love it all, and you understand, and you never want to do wrong to somebody. And I think when you come from the outward, it's harder to develop that love for community that we've known and grew up with. We're not going to steal from our own because we got to live here. I'm 8th generation Virgin Islanders. I got to live here. My family has to live here. My ancestors came from here. My mom has to be here. I don't want to put shame on her, and that's a different type of feel when you started from your own. but you also need a good team to make that customer experience really good. I can't talk enough about Justin, Amy, our drivers, our dispatchers. Like, I can't talk enough about them as far as they are the reason that we can make this happen. It's just not us two. It's a team. Like, Justin and Amy, I got to tell you right now, they have been one of the biggest reasons we have been successful. The things you don't see behind the scenes, the social media that's going out, the data that comes with it, because you have to have data. I didn't understand the real importance of data until I got into the business. And I got just in my ears saying, well, the percentage of the people did it. He didn't talk like that, but it's how I interpret when all the geeky nerd stuff comes out. All right, and carry one and da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. All right, this is when we should post. You have Amy, who is the organized brain of this, who keeps us on track. Hey, we're going to St. Thomas at the end of the month. I made these calls. Are you going to be able to go there? Da-da-da. You need that team, so when it comes down to the customer, you have the mental capacity to say, I'm coming in with this knowledge. I'm coming in to say, how can I make this experience even better? Because if you give a bad experience, guess what? People aren't coming back. Yep. We have a limited amount of people on the island. No matter if you're the only one, I'm not coming back to an abusive situation or a nasty situation. You got to make it safe for people to come back and try. Even if they didn't have a good experience, if you talk to them and say, hey, let's talk, and you don't project on them the energy of the situation, and you try to come in with open mind, people will come back. And we need people to come back because we are a small community.
Pickup company located in the Virgin Islands. Be sure to download the app on your mobile device.
And we are back with the Caribbean Review. I'm your host, Michael Bell, brought to you by IMCX. And I'm here with Khalid and Justin from Boomerang Eats. Send out your order and you get it right back. And tell me what we're up to, Khalid.
We're just going to do another delivery. So super excited about that. Again, delivery is favorite part of the job. Like,
yes, sir.
Just going out there, meeting people, and you meet some interesting people. That's the beauty of it.
What's some advice, I mean, between you and Justin that you want to give to the next set of entrepreneurs that are coming out of the gate? This isn't easy. This is an everyday hustle, as you would say. So, I mean, what's the advice you would give?
One of the things I would say is get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Every day has been, no 2 days have ever been the same for me. And it's just the nature of business. And there's all these different variables you deal with business on an everyday basis that it can't be the same. And you gotta be okay with that and be able to be flexible. That's probably for me who loves regimen. It's been a journey. Business is transformation. So allow yourself to transform and be a better version. And it's tough. It's not like a movie where it's done. It's in a straight line.
Yep.
It's zigzag. And I'm a better, let's say better is a harsh word. I have leveled up from the start of this experience until now. And I feel like a better human being, I guess, in lack of better word, better. I feel greater for it.
Definitely. What about you, Justin?
My advice to young entrepreneurs is get ahead of the trends that are coming within the community, the entrepreneurial community, the business world. Follow those influencers that are all those trendsetters. Like, one thing I would tell you, start your media department as soon as you can for your company. In 10 years, every company is going to have a media department. It's just going to be so much cheaper than outsourcing for every little product.
Definitely. I guess before we wrap up, as we're on our way to make our delivery, what's it like being in such an environment where you represent the USVI in the startup world as a company that is thriving and growing? What's that feeling like?
It feels great. I I've always wanted to come back home and to do it with family, do it with my brother, and also do it with good sets of people, fellow Virgin Islanders, transplants who become part of the community. Has felt good. Like our drivers, I can't finish this interview without talking them up, and our dispatchers. Our drivers are the backbone of this company. They're good people. We do background checks on them, and they have the same vision. And for the drivers that aren't part of our company anymore, good people that have helped us get to this position. 2 years in, we've done over 20,000 deliveries. So, and our dispatchers, we have conversations all the time, and they believe in our vision. I think you got to find a team that believes in your vision. All right, I've talked about Amy Goldston, and I've talked about Justin Hodges. All right, but as a whole, the team believes in that path. And people who don't believe in that path, doing it in Virgin Islands, you got to get off, because if you don't believe in a better Virgin Islands, you can't be part of this team. And so that's what it means being back home, doing something to better our Virgin Islands. There's a lot of us out there that you'll get to know through this program, but there's a lot of us out there who want better for us.
So I'd like to say we're here in sunny St. Croix. We're driving around the streets of St. Croix, enjoying a bright, sunny day after Tropical Storm Ernesto. We're here making some deliveries with Boomerang Eats. If you're a food lover, if you need, for the conscious of considering that your time is valuable, if you are a culinary experience and you want to try something new, welcome to a special edition of the Caribbean Review, brought to you by IMCX. Book Boomerang Eats, download the app, tell them how they can find you.
You can find us on the App Store or the Play Store. You can find us on the socials, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us on there where we are actively advertising. We're find us on the radio. We're gonna be more places. Right now, we're active. You just gotta look for us, and hopefully we'll be able to find you a lot easier in the future. And in your restaurant, your local restaurant, favorite restaurants, we're there. I wait for this to talk about some food. That's what I love to talk about.
Yeah, for real. Now, tell us our favorite spots.
Oh wow. See, I wish my partner / brother was on this with us, because he's the real foodie. Where I always tell people, if it's a jelly and peanut butter sandwich in the rainforest, he'll tell you the best spot to get it. I am his young Padawan, who my favorite spots. Well, first, everyone who's on our platform, we love. Tiutis, well, I know I'm going to get killed. Everybody who speaks Spanish kills me every single time. I'm like, no, it's not how you say it, all right? But Judy is one of our favorite spots. Tipsy Java Shack. Corner Pocket. Corner Pocket has these mahi bites, right, that are amazing. So every spot on our platform are our favorite spots. Some owners we know better than others, but if we rock with you, you have good food there. Tipsy Java Shack has the best patés on the island. Like I said, I wanted to smoke. Best patés on this island, Tipsy Java Shack.
Definitely.
What's your favorite spot on this island?
What's my favorite spot on this island? I'll be real. Someplace I've gotten into, I usually go for breakfast on a Saturday, is so shout out to Scion Farm Distillery. I'm a big fan of, I do love a good breakfast, I love a good brunch. So I think that's become one of my favorite spots. Someplace I'm itching to try is shout out to Rum Haven. I'm hearing great things. We got to make some time and check that out. I'm seeing the food looks great, so I definitely got to check that out. I'm a big fan of Duggan's. And I'd definitely say when it comes to food, if I can't get something at home, shout out to my mom and my grandma, because home cooked is also where it's at. Yeah, but when it comes to not being able to find food, those are definitely places I love to go and eat and enjoy going and eat at. Definitely shout out to Wakame. I tried it the other day and I actually did enjoy it. So it's always interesting when it comes down to food, because I think there's a taste for everybody and there's a flavor, especially here in the USVI, where we are a mix of flavors. It all depends on what you like. So I definitely will say that.
And I love putting people onto food. Like, our platform is really meant to get you to experiment also. Like, some people have never been to a Louis Nacho, all right, or a umami, or so there's places that people haven't been to that on our app you'll find that one or two dish, and we're trying to become that place where we could recommend more. Like the hangover nachos at Louis Nacho. Look, I didn't know I needed it in my life until I tried them. I was like, whoa. So there's dishes out there that are number ones that people get to love from trying from our app. It's Flaming Grill, formerly Spicy Grill.
Yeah.
Justin put me onto them, Their barbecue chicken.
So shout out to them. They're pretty good too.
And Justin, you got to get Justin's opinion because Justin's got the metabolism of an 8-year-old. Okay, I gain weight just looking at food. Justin can eat a whole smorgasbord and lose weight. So,
Justin, what you got for us? Let the viewers know, man.
Spots, Chupacabra.
oh,
No, I ain't gonna lie. So we don't got it on the app yet, but E&D, the West spot right there. Of course, sandwiches.
oh, they're in the running for the best burger.
Yeah. And then in Mid Island, I go with Iron Mines.
Okay.
Just fire. Their grills, their beef, grilled ribs.
Oh yeah, don't sleep on the bowling alley either.
This 10 Pins Bowling Athlete.
Yes.
No, I also say shout out to Two Chains. Always good for a really good dinner. Solid.
They're in the line for best burger. We're open. Fat Boys, man. Fat Boys, their wings. Look, I'm a wings person. Burgers and wings are like tied for me. My favorite type of food. And Fat Boys over in Glen has some of the best wings. If you want to get wings and fries, some comfort food, Fat Boys. There's a couple places, man, that, like you said, you get us started food on the island, like in the Virgin Islands. That's our love language.
Yep.
A good plate of food where you can argue with somebody who's got the best pates, who's got the best chicken wings. You can argue all day, but it's about love for the food.
Well, that's true. That's very true. So I'd like to say from us here at the Caribbean Review, brought to you by IMCX, to all our food lovers, culinary enthusiasts, and people looking for a new norm, a new niche. Download and check out and follow Boomerang Eats for more. And of course, follow Island Analytics Marketing and LLC. And thank you for being a part of our special edition of the Caribbean Review, brought to you by, again, IMCX. I'm your host, Michael Bell, joined by
Khalid Saleem.
and you already know it's Boomerang Eats. Order your food and get it right back. And we'll see you soon.